because it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana, and I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
This one misses the tight end, and now they face second down. Penix working from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. They're going play fake with Penix. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And it's going to be second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. 10. So the red challenge flag has hit the field. Matt LaFleur wants to see this again.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football. And that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the replays will give us a clear answer.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And they are going to be in great shape here. He gets this down to 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Here's Robinson. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Running with Robinson. And maybe should have been thinking past their partner. The defense all over this run, and it's going to be 4th and goal.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Trying for it with Penix. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
He fields it from the 8. He's brought down just inside the 25. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now we just get to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
A second down throw here for Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They gained 11 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Once more, it's Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Loves to throw again. Short pass brought in. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Love out of the shotgun. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This is thrown towards the defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Ready?
Second and 10. Love trying again. Hits his running back. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Shotgun now for Love. Has it down close. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Here, ready?
Stick it in the air. Love. Buys time, rolling right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Packers finish off their opening drive. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Matt LaFleur with faith in his offense. They're set to try for 2.
Let's go now.
Packers will set up for the 2-point.
Love's going to throw for 2. And this is caught. And that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7.
Packers 8, Falcons 7.
On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's D. Alford. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. To the air with Penix. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
At the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, Penix finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Penix now on first down. Back to Pitts it goes. And this one doesn't go far.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Penix on first down. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's a Falcon first down.
Falcons first down. A gain of 15.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and
Penix now to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with third and long. Third and long. They're going to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and third downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Fourth down, Penix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers will take over along the midfield stripe after a terrific return on top of that interception.
Intercepted. It's a turnover on downs.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10.
Ready, set.
Love from the gun. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Set, set.
First down throw, here's Love. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up second down.
Second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Down. Hut.
Back to the air. Love. Brought in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it second. And after burning a couple early, they're down to one to work with now. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Throwing again. Love. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that makes it second and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no.
That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. All right, right, so this solid first half continues for Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead. I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout.
Ooh, on him quick there. They bring him to the turf. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down. Here's Robinson up the middle. His gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They start out with 3rd and 4. Staying with Robinson. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That goes for 32 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Flushed down out to his left. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
That throw behind his intended target. Not on the same page with his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd down, it's Penix. Gets this one to London. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Falcons first down.
Working inside the red zone. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Drake London with the touchdown. Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. Set.
Play action. Love. Has some daylight through the 40. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Now, tight ends, these guys, like the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
And he's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Double 30, ready.
Once more, it's Love. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're on it quickly there after that catch. So the gain's going to be to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Here we go.
Loves to throw again. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Catch made. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a second quarter lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Going for it yet again, and once again, they don't have the right call to make it in for 2, so their struggles continue.
Yeah, they've kept them on the field without hesitation all game long. This offense knows what they're doing. The problem is the defense knows even more.
And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Robinson on the inside give. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He throws a bullet deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives them a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Handoff now to Robinson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Another carry for Robinson. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's third down. They've invested some early touches in him, Brock, and the returns so far, I'd say very promising.
Kate, I told you the story before, but it was the same play 18 plays in a row. You know, I was really good with that clipboard on the sideline. 18 plays in a row, Peyton ran the same play. If you can't stop it, keep calling.
It's a gain of 4 there, and that's a Falcon first down. A toss now to Robinson. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 8-yard line.
This time it's a passing play. Pass it down close. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw if you're about to get smacked.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's got to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Falcons tie and can take the lead here in the second. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find payday. You spend all week on two-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Starting at the 10. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field.
Ready?
Love with it on first down. He beams one deep right side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers take the lead on the first play of the drive. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Here's Love up to the line. 2-point attempts coming.
Will set up for the
I'll throw it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
Here's Carter on the return. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he gets through for a 7-yard gain. Tackle made at the 47.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that speed.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. This is Robinson. And they only get a couple when they needed a good bit more, Brock. That's going to make it 4th down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it. Trying for it with Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
Ready up.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Chased out to his right. It's Reed downfield, and he's got it. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Jaden Reed, the intended target. So it'll be 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has enough room to gain about 4. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up second down. One last play before the break. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down. So our apologies to the halftime performers and anyone hoping for a quick snack break. Nope, not this time. We're pushing right through and getting the third quarter started. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here's the Packer offense headed out to start the third quarter. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. He rolls to his right. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
It's complete to Reed out left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43.
Here we go.
There's Love to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
This one found by a defender instead and knocked away. Back-to-back passes failing to connect, Brock. It's third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he goes, third and long. Got his man, it's Golden. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
First and 10 at the 43.
Sticking in the air, Love. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set now, first and 10.
Come on.
Throwing again, Love. Short pass brought in. Oh, he loses the football. The Falcons bring it in. And no return after that recovery. They do get the fumble, but they're going to have it deep on their own side.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't.
While the new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. So following the fumble and the recovery, here comes second and short. Love from the gun. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Penix working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
To the air with Penix. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
At the 30-yard line.
Here's Robinson. He picks up a good chunk of yards here. Looks to be about 7. He's up to the 37. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. 3rd and 1. It's Penix. That one's caught by Mooney. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. And the Falcons first down. First and 10 at the
Play action. Here's Penix. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Penix looking to pass. To the right side and reeled in by London. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. The Packers take their first time out. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38. Now we're on with Robinson. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Blitz is there, and he goes down. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
A run here with Robinson. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and very long.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
London going to motion over right. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they do.
Kraft has it. And he takes it down to the 33. They get 23 on that one. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Well, we have seen the value of a big, physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Once more, it's Love. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for the throw to be off. Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go.
Throw here, third down. Has his man, it stops. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers go up by 12. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Matt LaFleur with faith in his offense. They're set to try for two.
Here we go.
Packers will set up for
Ready.
the two-point
Loves to throw again. And he's got it. They get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for two.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. On second down, Robinson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing, Penix. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Absolutely fires this one right side. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Following the near interception, this is 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Throwing his Love on 3rd. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
52 blood.
Shotgun now for Love. Cut at the 10-yard line. And we might be close to this lead growing again. And that play gives him a 1st and goal. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. Packers carrying both the football and a good lead into our 4th quarter. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
Ready?
From the red zone on 1st. Brought in by his back, it's Jacobs. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Okay, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get...
And he's got it for the touchdown, but while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding.
Holding. Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but across the line there, that earns the holding penalty.
On the ready.
So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on 2nd and goal. Love out of the shotgun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. No luck on a look to his back. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long. And that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Down. Set.
3rd and long for him here. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Jaden Reed the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. So Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
Here we go.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th. That is their 3rd conversion this game. They haven't been shy on the confidence to go for it or to back it up once it's snapped.
I love that word, confidence. And I love being in a huddle and you can feel it. When you're on offense, it feels like you can't be stopped. You can't wait to say, ready! No matter what the situation or circumstance is, in 3 conversions, that's job well done.
Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break Brock as they force this 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. That one complete to Pitts. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Look at that, no worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on 4th down. That was impressive. Penix on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's another Falcons first down.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Guess who? Pitts has another. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
13 more yards. That's another.
And again, it's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
You got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective. You got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man. And you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Like the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play of it as they get set for 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking inside the red zone. Throw is caught.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Again, Penix to the air. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. 2-point try coming. Penix and his offense getting set.
The Falcons will line up for the
Here's a throw. And this is going to be caught. Getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer.
22. Falcons 28. Bradley Pinion
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
To the air with Love. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're in a double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. That one hits for 30. And it'll give the Packers the first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He's got it near the 8. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. There's Love up to the line. 2-point attempts coming. Back to throw now. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
He'd be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons, running back John Robinson, getting set to begin another drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Penix now on 1st down. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Gets this one to London. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short.
It's a gain of 11. And the Falcons.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Another one here to London. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. 2nd and 3 now. Now Penix off the play action. It's his favorite target. That's London again. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
It's a gain of 8. And the Falcons.
Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. He has room past the 25. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
15 yards. That's another.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Into traffic. Complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
4 yards. That's another. Falcons. 1st down.
Here's a give to Robinson. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 9-yard line.
They're going play fake with Penix. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
3rd and goal.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. Another kick bounces off their hands in the end zone, Brock. Back-to-back chances to escape the field, and they dropped both interceptions.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, it just couldn't quite hang on.
And he won't come through on 4th and goal. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Result of the play is
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Come on.
Here's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down right as he reaches that 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Love now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face 2nd down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers about set to celebrate this win.
Ready, break.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Got it.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. They're gonna go. It's Love. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's gonna be a turnover on downs. The Falcons, running back Bijan Robinson, getting set to begin another drive. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They kept the ball and cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. One play after their defense makes a stand, Brock. This offense says thank you very much and hits the end zone for 6.
That's really what you like to see, Kate. Both sides of the ball capable of making big plays and stacking that momentum with each other. And you really like to see the offense was prepared to get out there. Call dialed in and ready to go, ready to strike when the opportunity presented itself.
Defense perhaps a little too worried about the pass there, partner, and as a result, they're able to run it in for 2.
It really becomes a numbers game down here. And you see a lot of teams employ this, right? If there's numbers there against the pass, we're going to be committed to running. If they stack the box, we got to be willing to throw it. In this case, it was a numbers advantage and the simplest path for 2 points.
The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome.
Here we go. Here we go. 10
Trying to cross the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
On the double.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5.
Let's go. Set, go.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. On him quick, and they bring him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second.